In today's video, we're going to talk about how you can actually disagree with somebody and it not get ugly. Hey, I'm Travis and welcome to ThinkKnowLive.Media. It's where we come together to comment on, respond to, and break down some of our favorite books and biblical topics, as well as talk about some things going on in social media and in pop culture. So, if you are into that sort of thing, do us a big favor and smash that subscribe button and the bell to alert you every time we post up some new content. And remember, you can also connect with us through Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So you know those moments. Maybe it's a tense family dinner when dad and uncle don't quite see eye to eye, or maybe it's a coffee house and a conversation about politics, and maybe it's a late night in a living room when some of the more meaty points of theology and philosophy arise and then erupt. You know, we've all been in the middle of one of these types of exchanges where friends become foes and acquaintances become adversaries. And even if you aren't the confrontational type, you probably know what it's like to be the collateral damage just by your proximity to the argument and the pressure to choose a side. So, is there a way to avoid this? Or maybe could we just better navigate these moments and still stay friendly? Or maybe, just maybe, if done right, could we even grow, dare I say, closer? Well, how is this even possible, you might ask? I'm going to give you 3 questions that I use personally in apologetics-based or intense or confrontational conversations. And the first question is this: what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? You know, this first question alone would stop most unnecessarily explosive exchanges right in their tracks. You know, think about it for a second. How many times have you gone round and round with someone, a loved one, angrily, only to realize that you both misunderstood one another right from the beginning? You know, either one or even both parties usually end up with their foot in their mouths and embarrassed because they probably hurled a personal insult somewhere along the way in their frustration. Or maybe it's that you spent the last 20 minutes waxing eloquent on what you thought was a brilliant response to what you thought they said or the argument was, only to turn a shade or two red when you learned how off base you really were. You know, you should have listened first. Should have been patient. Scripture reminds us to be quick to hear, slow to speak, and slow to anger. So that's question number 1. Question number 2 is this: how did you come to that conclusion? Like, how did you get there? What makes you think that this is the right answer? You know, this is a truly beautiful question to ask, and it does a couple of things at once. Let me unpack that real quick. The first thing that this question does, that this second question does, is it shows people if they've done their research or if they're just all talk. And you'll also learn if they're just rallying to their particular tribe, or if they've actually looked into and have a real perspective that holds value. Now, let's also be fair here. Not everyone, and actually very few, really are able to formulate arguments and debate at the academic level, but that's not the point. The point is that you're going to learn, and you want to learn if they've really given the subject some thought, or if they're just parroting something that they've heard. Now, the second thing that this second question does, how did you arrive at that conclusion, or how did you get there, is that you'll discover who holds authority and who holds sway in their life. Who they listen to and watch and learn from matters, and you can know what someone's led to believe when you find out who they follow. The third question that I would say is, why are you so passionate about this topic? You know, while emotion should never be the only reason someone believes a certain way, it's inescapable that they do play a role. Part of belief is emotional. You know, otherwise you wouldn't get emotional, right, if someone disagreed with you. You know, don't miss the opportunity to find out the why behind the what. You know, questioning the underlying passion that drives someone else's beliefs is one of the most genuine and honoring questions that can be asked. This is the question that says, this last one is the question that says, you know what, I care about why you care about this, and I want to hear your story. So my closing thought here is around that one word that we just had 3 of, and that's questions. Lead with questions, and it's got to be the right questions, and it's got to be in the right motive. Questions that show you care about the other person themselves and what they actually think about a given topic. You know, I've heard it said that being interested is, in fact, interesting. You know, these three powerful and proven questions disarm even the most easily offendable spirits and allow for the possibility of a healthy exchange. Now, that's provided the other person is at least halfway reasonable. So we want to know what you think about this topic. Let's discuss in the comments section below. And also feel free to let us know about any other topics that you'd like us to cover in the future. And again, make sure to check out Greg Koukl's book, The Story of Reality. The link's right in the description below. And we really appreciate it, again, when you connect with us on our YouTube channel, as well as Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And as always, you'll hear me say this over and over again, but it's true that you matter. And the way that you look at this world around you, that matters to us. And that's why all of our content is meant to lead, guide, and mentor you to always think clearly, know truly, and live fully. We'll see you next time.